guys, it's Amy, and this is Myths and Legends from all over the world. So today's legend is from Taiwan, and it is called The Legend of Sun Moon Lake. Now, with this legend, I chose it because I think Sun Moon Lake is one of Taiwan's best natural attractions. I would say it's one of the most famous landmarks, absolutely. Maybe this and Taipei 101. But when I asked my students, hey, do you know the legend of Sun Moon Lake? They said, oh, I don't know. So Sun Moon Lake is so famous, but the legend is not very popular. So I think it'll be really interesting to hear about it. I've actually been to Sun Moon Lake one time. I went with my boyfriend and it was beautiful. I mean, you see the photos and you think, oh yeah, that's really nice. But when you are there, it seems huge, just enormous, and just really gorgeous too. So I think it's one of those places every tourist and every Taiwanese person has to visit at least one time. So today, what we're going to do first is I'm going to give you a set of listening questions. These listening questions are something you don't really understand because you haven't heard the story first, and that's okay. I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to write down the questions that I tell you, okay? Go right now. Go get it. Okay, hopefully you're back. And let me tell you the questions right now, okay? So number one, what problem was the Shao tribe experiencing? Number two, who are the main characters? Why do they try to help? And where do they go? Number three, what do the main characters discover at the lake? Number four, what is under the rock that they sit on? Number five, what does the old woman tell them? Number six, how do the main characters defeat the dragons? Yes, there are dragons in this story. Okay, number seven, what do the main characters turn into? Number eight, how does the tribe show their gratitude? And number nine, what is the holding ball dance and what does it symbolize? Okay, so listen to the story and then we're going to go over the questions together. I'll see you soon. Okay, we're going to start with the vocabulary. I'll give you the vocabulary words, the definitions, and a sentence for each one so you can practice. The first one is native tribe, a group of people that lived somewhere first. There are still some native tribes living all over Taiwan. Knock down. Cause to go down. The boxer knocked down his opponent in one punch. Desperately, with great urgency. I desperately need your help. Hunger. The act of being hungry. Hunger and thirst are two things children should never experience. Discover. Find unexpectedly. When Alice looked at her boyfriend's phone, she discovered that he had another girlfriend. Plan, a list of steps to be done. You should always travel with a plan. That way you know exactly what you want to do. Passageway, a passage between two places. The rooms in the pyramids have secret passageways to connect them. Cautiously, with caution. The police officer cautiously approached the robber. Human, a person. Humans are at the top of the food chain. Field, a piece of land cleared of trees. My house is surrounded by beautiful fields of wheat. Capture, to succeed in catching or seizing. The pirates captured the ship and took all of the treasure for themselves. Cruel, likes to inflict pain or suffering. You're making us take 2 tests in a week? That's just cruel. Defeat, win a victory over. Alex defeated his opponent and won the first prize. Mention, speak of something. I want to mention to you all that you have homework due next week. Don't forget. Axe, an edge tool with a heavy bladed head mounted across a handle. He is using an axe to cut wood. Dig. Push strongly with something pointed. My dog likes to dig up old bones from the backyard. Spring water. Water from a spring. The Japanese like to bathe in spring water. They think it makes them healthy. Horrible. Really bad. Wow, that sweater looks horrible on you. Dye. To color. Hey, did you dye your hair red? It looks great. Remove. To move or change something so that it's no longer there. He removed the bug from the top of his desk. Stand guard. To watch over so as to protect. The man stood guard over his daughter as she played in the park. Gratitude. A feeling of thankfulness and appreciation. The man showed his gratitude to the woman by sending her a thank you card. Symbolize. Represent or identify using a symbol. The sunflower symbolizes the Taiwanese who have been protesting against their government recently. Once upon a time, a native tribe called Shao lived in the mountains in central Taiwan. On a sunny morning, while the Shao people were working diligently, they heard a huge sound. Boom! And the land shook violently. Oh no! The sun is gone! Everyone cried fearfully. They could not believe that the bright, shiny sun had disappeared. Fortunately, the moon came out that night. Everyone could see again in the moonlight and was able to do some work. Suddenly, another huge sound was heard. Boom! The houses were almost knocked down by this huge sound. Oh no, the moon is also gone. What are we going to do? Everyone cried desperately. From that day on, there was no sun or moon in the sky. People kept asking, how can we live a life without sunlight? Without sunlight, nothing grows. A young couple, Da Jianga and Shui Shejie, decided on growing corn for a living. One day, Shui Shejie told her husband, if the sun does not come out soon, everyone in the village is going to die from hunger. We need to think of a plan. Da Jianga nodded his head and said, the sun and the moon must have fallen into a deep valley. Let us go and search for them. They went into the forest together to find the sun and the moon, but could not find them. Finally, the couple arrived at the top of the mountain. Shui Shejie saw a dim light in front of her. She pointed to a lake opposite the mountain and said to Da Jianga, look, I bet the sun and the moon are in that lake. They ran towards the lake and discovered two dragons playing with two fireballs. They were the sun and the moon. No wonder the sun and the moon disappeared. These two dragons stole the sun and the moon to be their playthings, cried both of them. Da Jianga and Shui Shejie were really mad. The couple sat on a big rock to think of a plan. Suddenly, white smoke came out from under the rock that they were sitting on. The smoke was coming from a passageway. Da Jianga said, there is someone living beyond the passageway. Let us go check and see. They cautiously stepped down into the passageway. As they went down, the young couple realized that they were in a kitchen. An old white-haired woman was standing in the kitchen and cooking. Shui Shejie asked softly, old lady, how are you? The old woman was surprised. She put down her cooking pot and said, ah, where did you come from? I've not seen humans for a long time. The old lady continued, many years ago when I was working in the field, the dragons captured me and brought me here. They would not let me leave this place. They also forced me to cook them meals. The young couple told the old lady the whole story of finding the sun and the moon. The old lady shook her head and said, both dragons are cruel and fierce. You two cannot defeat them. No matter what, we are going to take the sun and the moon from the dragons, said the couple. I know, the old lady said. I have heard someone mention before that the dragons fear the golden scissors and the golden axe, which are hidden under Ali Mountain. If you throw both items into the lake, the scissors and the axe will kill the dragons immediately. Then you can bring back the sun and the moon. Dajianga said confidently, We will find the golden axe and the golden scissors. After we kill the dragons, we'll come and save you. Dajianga and Shui Shijie left the old lady and started toward Ali Mountain. When they arrived at the foot of Ali Mountain, Dajianga and Shui Shijie found two strong wooden sticks and started digging. They dug day and night. After many days, Ali Mountain looked like a big hole. Suddenly, two shiny golden things jumped out from the ground. That must be the golden scissors and the golden axe, the couple yelled. They picked up the scissors and axe. When they arrived at the lake, the dragons were playing with their fireballs. Shui Shijie threw the golden scissors, which flew straight toward the first dragon and cut its body into many pieces. Blood sprung out like spring water. Dajianga then threw the golden axe toward the other dragon. The dragon let out two horrible screams, and its head was cut off. The lake was dyed by the dragon's blood. The sun and the moon floated on the shiny red lake. After killing the dragons, the young couple saved the old lady. However, Dajianga and Shui Shijie faced a major problem. How were they going to send the sun and the moon back into the sky? They were very confused. Then the old lady said, I heard that if someone eats the dragon's eyeballs, they would become very tall and very strong. After you two eat the dragon's eyeballs, you will have the strength to send the sun and the moon back into the sky. The young couple immediately dived into the lake to search for and remove the dragon's eyeballs. After they ate the eyeballs, Dajianga and Shui Shijie began to grow. When they got out of the water and stood on the shore, they were like two mountains. Together, the young couple held up the sun and the moon and threw them into the sky. The old lady yelled at the bottom of their feet, Children, there are two big palm trees next to the lake. Use those trees to hold the sun and the moon up. So they did. As for Dajianga and Shui Shijie, they were afraid that the dragons might return, so they stood guard beside the lake. After many years, their huge bodies eventually became two mountains. Those mountains are now called Dajianshan and Shuishishan. The lake is now called Sun Moon Lake. To show their gratitude to the young couple, the people dedicated an annual dance to the brave Dajianga and Shui Shijie. This dance is now called the Holding Ball Dance. In this dance, people throw a beautiful and colorful ball into the air and then try to use a bamboo stick to hold it. This dance symbolizes the brave actions of the young couple who saved their tribe. Hey you guys, I'm back. So I hope that you listened to the story, and if you need to, just go back and listen again until you understand. Try to pick up the vocabulary that we taught you. All right, so let's go over the listening questions and see how many you got correct. All right, number one. Number one is, what problem was the Shao tribe experiencing? Remember, the people in the story, they are the Shao. They are the native tribe in Taiwan. So what were they experiencing? They were experiencing that the sun and moon have disappeared. So they are going hungry. This is the big problem in the start of the story. And this is the whole reason why the two main characters go out. All right, number two. Who are the main characters? Why do they try to help? And where do they go? So the two main characters, they are a couple, and they are 水社姐 and 大剑哥. Yes, I still have trouble with the Chinese. Okay. And the reason that 水社姐 and 大剑哥 go out to help the tribe is that they are farmers. So they need the sun and the moon to grow their corn. And they go into the forest, and what do they find? They find a lake there. So this is the beginning of the story. All right. Number 3, what do the main characters discover at the lake? So this is where the story gets crazy. They discovered 2 dragons playing with the sun and the moon. Yeah, that's right. Next one. What is under the rock that they sit on? So there is a passageway under the rock. This is another vocabulary word, passageway. Remember that it is a like almost a hallway between 2 rooms. I think passageway is a bit old. It's kind of an old word. Anyway, there is a passageway under the rock, and it leads them to a room with an old woman inside. So another surprise. So many surprises in this story, yeah. All right, number 5, what does the old woman tell them? The old woman explains that she was captured by the dragons and forced to take care of them. She cautions the main characters against fighting them because they are very cruel and powerful. Of course, the main characters don't listen. Main characters never listen to common sense. That's in every story, yeah. Next one. Number 6, how do the main characters defeat the dragons? So the main characters know they have to kill the dragons, so they find a golden axe and some golden scissors, and they use these tools to kill the 2 dragons. Okay, number 7, what do the main characters turn into? They turn into 大剑山 and 水社山. So they turn into 2 mountains. And the reason they turn into mountains is because they are standing guard to make sure that the other dragons do not return. So because they kill the dragons, it's good for now, but they have to protect them forever. So they decide, hey, let's just become mountains. We can protect them for the rest of our mountain lives. Very interesting. Number 8, how did the tribes show their gratitude? They held an annual dance. When I think of gratitude, thankfulness, I don't know. I think of a present, maybe something nice, some earrings, something, but this tribe says, oh yeah, we're going to dance for you every year. So it's just a different culture. All right, and last one, this is number 9. What is the holding ball dance and what does it symbolize? So the holding ball dance is a special dance where people throw a beautiful ball into the air and try to use a bamboo stick to balance it. So if you think of a ball and just this little long stick, actually to balance the ball on the stick is very difficult. For me, it seems very difficult. So I would love to see this kind of activity. Yeah, it looks really cool. And it symbolizes the bravery of 大剑哥 and 水社姐. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some pronunciation. Stay tuned. Okay, so the last part is the pronunciation practice. I would like you guys to practice with me. Please repeat the sentences as I go along. These sentences are chosen from the story, and the reason that I chose them is because a lot of Taiwanese people have problems with some of these sounds, okay? So be really careful. Number 1, once upon a time, a native tribe called Shao lived in the mountains in central Taiwan. Repeat. Okay, so I want you to focus on 2 words. The first word is native. So in your book or on the video, you can see it's a T, so it should be native. But actually in American English, we change the t sound to a d sound a lot. Maybe you already know this. So it should be native, native. Let's practice native. Okay. And the second part of number 1 is the word mountains. Mountains. So in American English, we take out the T in the middle for a lot of words. So the mountains should be mountains. That's right, yeah. So you'll notice for mountains, the n is really pushed. You push the breath out with your mouth. Otherwise, it becomes mounds, which is not good. No. Okay, once more. Mountains. All right, nice. Let's practice this sentence again. Once upon a time, a native tribe called Shao lived in the mountains in central Taiwan. Okay, great. Number 2, just listen. Without sunlight, nothing grows. Okay, without sunlight, nothing grows. Repeat. Okay, take a look at this word, without. You'll notice I don't say without because in American English we take out the T, so it sounds like without. All right, so let's try it again. Remember the T sound is taken out, okay? Without sunlight, nothing grows. All right, good. Number 3, listen. They cautiously stepped down into the passageway. Okay, so what I want you to focus on is this word, stepped, stepped. Many Taiwanese students, they have problems with the P and the T sounds so close together, all right? Let's practice slowly. Stepped. Okay, stepped. All right, faster, stepped. Faster, stepped. Yes, okay. And now let's do the sentence together. They cautiously stepped down into the passageway. Repeat. Okay, nice. Number 4, after we kill the dragons, we'll come and save you. All right, so please look at this word, dragons. Don't say dragons. It's not an O sound, it's an sound. Dragons. Okay, dragons. Good. And another word is save. Please make sure that your A sound is very strong. A, save. All right, good. So let's read the sentence together. After we kill the dragons, we'll come and save you. Okay, great. Last one. Listen. This dance symbolizes the brave actions of the young couple who saved their tribe. Okay? Look at this word, symbol. Symbol. Again, it's an sound, symbol. Okay? Try it again and make sure the is there. Don't say symbol. It's not good. Okay? Let's practice. This dance symbolizes the brave actions of the young couple who saved their tribe. Repeat. Okay, awesome. You guys are great. So remember these pronunciations, and you can always go back into the story and practice reading with me. That would be wonderful. Otherwise, just check our other stories out and practice at home. Okay, goodbye everyone.